All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise to Yahweh Shem Shah, by Hashem, Rakor, Kodash, Barakatah. All right, double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone that rule well, and salutations to the hopeful elect that's pushing this word and sincerity and truth across the four corners of the earth. All right, and I'm just back with another quick lesson, about the saints, man, the hopeful elect, okay, being prisoners of hope. All right, being locked, like within the confines of the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shah. All right, let's say it's like a maximum security prison, man. All right, now you do have undesirables, okay, who have came into the prison, all right, and they got released because they got released back into the world, all right, because they, weren't fit. They truly weren't. They truly didn't have hope or faith, all right. But the hopeful elect, the men of the Lord, they're gonna continue to keep the faith, all right, because they were ordained to. They were ordained to be locked in that prison of hope, man. All right. It's Zechariah 9:12. Turn you to the stronghold, ye prisoners of hope. Even today do I declare that I will render double unto thee. All right. So being in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai is being a prisoner of hope. All right. Once again, man, the same way that a prisoner is locked within the confines of a prison, all right, like a maximum security prison or something like that, that can be correlated to the saints being locked within the confines of the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai. All right. Now, a prisoner that is locked in, let's say, said prison, couldn't escape if he wanted to, like a maximum security prison or something like that. All right. And that's the same way that the hopeful elect, like the true men of the Lord, you can't escape the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai. It's just within you. All right. Like Jeremiah, it's just burning within you, man. All right. The Lord is always on your mind. You always thinking of ways to please the Lord. All right. Meditating on Yahweh Shem Shai. All right. Even when you're not at camp or you're not doing like sit downs and videos, through your day-to-day travels, man, your mind is on the Lord. Your mind is on Yahweh Shem Shai at all times, because once again, your heart, all right, your mind, all right, is trapped within the confines of the spirit of the Lord, man. And you can't break out. It ain't gonna be no prison break, man. All right. And those who have fallen out, it's not like they broke out. It's just like, let's say the gates were open for them. Just get out. If you don't want to be here no more, just leave. And all brothers can attest to that, because we've seen, a lot of brothers come and go. All right, the Wadi Yahweh Shem Shai, that we have not been, one of them. Okay. But that's what it is. All right. So if you have came in, let's say into the proverbial prison of hope and gotten released, it's because you didn't have no faith, man. You never were really there, man. You was just, you was like a visitor. Let's say that. You was a visitor coming to see the real men of the Lord. All right, the hopeful elect. All right, chop it up with them for a minute, and then you get released back to where you truly belong. All right, and that's among those who have no faith and no hope in Yahweh Shem Shai, speaking on the Israelites. All right. It's Proverbs 20. It's Proverbs 20 and 24. Man's goings are the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai. How can a man then understand his own way? All right, man's goings are the Lord, man. All right, so if a man is a prisoner, or let's say a visitor, okay, of hope, it's because the Lord wants him to be that. It was ordained for him to be that. All right, the man that the gate was open for to get up out of the prison of hope, okay, that was ordained. It was ordained for you to come in for a little bit, be amongst the true prisoners of hope, and then go back out into the world. Now, those who have, let's say, been released back into the world, all right, those who the gate was open for to go back into the world, all right, may think that they have found some form of freedom, okay, from dealing with the burdens that, come, not the burdens, but the tribulation, okay, that comes with being a man of the Lord. All right, you may think that you've escaped that as soon as that gate open. I'm sure brothers know the sound, of course I can't make the sound, but, as soon as that gate open and you run past it, and you never look back, all right, you may think that you found some freedom, okay? But in all actuality, the actual irony in that is The only true freedom for a man of the Lord, or for an Israelite that's truly in the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, is to be within the confines of that prison of hope. That's free, you know, that's spiritual freedom, being a prisoner of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. All right, so that you know, freedom, okay, or so-called freedom that you may think that you have found by leaving the prison of hope. All right, you're truly trapped out in this world. All right, because you being in that prison of hope for that, let's say, certain amount of time, you know what's coming. You can deny it now and try to, you know, be slithery and all that shit, finagle your way out of whatever, but you know. So you're not, once you leave the confines of the prison, you're not really having no fun out there. You're not really, you know what I mean, enjoying yourself, because in the back of your mind, you know you're gonna have to pay for leaving, man. You know that. All right, but once again, man's going to the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? You don't even understand why you left. You know what I mean? Maybe some, you know, you got some excuse in your head or why or whatever, right? But in all actuality, that was just the Lord guiding your steps, making you walk out of the gate of the prison of hope, all right, and go back into the world to enjoy what you see as freedom. All right, while the men of the Lord willing, we're going to stay locked in there and wait for the true freedom, which is going to be the kingdom of heaven. All right, and you have examples, all right, even of men of the Lord that may have, you know, gotten a thought, you know, of leaving the prison of hope. You know what I mean? But once again, the Spirit is going to keep the true men of the Lord within the confines of that prison, okay, whether they like it or not. You know, whether they get low in the spirit, whether they whatever, you're not going nowhere, because it was ordained for the Lord, you know, to use you to preach his word. All right, and I'm going to get an example of that right quick. This is Jeremiah 20:7. It says, "O Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, thou hast deceived me, and I was deceived. Thou art stronger than I, and hast prevailed. I am in derision daily. Everyone mocks me." Okay, so Jeremiah is speaking of the affliction that comes with doing the will of the Most High. All right, Jeremiah started to feel overwhelmed, being mocked, and, you know, being in derision daily. Okay. Now, Jeremiah was a man of the Lord, is a man of the Lord. Okay, but those undesirables, okay, when this thought comes into their head, that's their excuse to walk out of that gate. Well, people are mocking me. I'm in derision daily. You know what I mean? Salaki. And if you're allowed to walk out of that gate, the Lord was never dealing with you anyway. All right, because when we read on, we're going to see, although Jeremiah may have been what you call low in the spirit, okay, he wasn't able to go nowhere. And why was that? Because it was ordained for him to stay within the confines of the prison of hope, man. All right. I'm going to continue on. It's verse 8. It says, "For since I spake, I cried out, I cried violence and spoil, because the word of the Lord was made a reproach unto me and a derision daily." Okay, that's another thing. The word of the Lord is going, you know, if you speaking truth, okay, it's going to be made, you're going to be made a reproach, okay? People are not going to like you, man. All right. And you're going to be in derision daily, you know. But once again, speaking on the brothers that left the prison of hope, okay, these are just excuses that they're going to use to try to walk out. All right. And, you know, once again, because Jeremiah is a man of the Lord, you know, so he hit this space too. All right. Jeremiah says, since he started preaching of violence and spoil, as we do, all right, the word was made a reproach unto him. So he was low in the spirit, just like you fall out, skid, and then you start thinking of your excuses, because these are excuses that Jeremiah is using. All right. This is why, you know, I'm low in the spirit, you know. All right. But I'm gonna continue on. It says, "Then I said, I will not make mention of him, nor speak any more his name." All right. Now this is, you know, where you get at the crossroad, man. All right, and those, once again, a lot of people walk out of the prison at this point, the prison of hope. You walk out. He said, I ain't gonna speak the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua no more. All these things that's happening to me. That's why in verse 7 it says, thou hast deceived me, I was deceived. Because he didn't realize what he had gotten himself into, or what he was chosen to do, and everything that came with it. So he got low in the spirit when that tribulation started hitting him. Okay. So at this point, you know, when brothers, all right, those brothers that, you know, fell out, they start to feel overwhelmed and tribulation hits them, you know, and if you get released from the prison, you know, you were never truly a prisoner of hope to begin with. Okay. I'm going to continue on. It says, but his word was in my heart as a burning fire shut up in my bones, and I was weary with forbearing. I could not stay. All right. So the word of the Most High was like fire in his heart. He couldn't, even though he hit a point where he said, I want to leave. I'm tired of this. He ain't had no choice. And why didn't he have no choice, man? Because he was chosen to stay within the confines of the prison. All right. So the true prisoners of hope have no chance of escape, you know, no choice but to stay within the prison. All right. That's why Jeremiah said, you know, it was the word was in his heart as a burning fire. He couldn't escape. He can't escape the confines of being a prisoner of hope, because that was what he is ordained to be. So from verse 7 to verse 8 and a little bit of verse 9, those was the excuses that was made of why he's not going to speak the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua no more. But ultimately, he didn't go nowhere because he doesn't have a choice. Just like the hopeful elect don't have a choice. You're not going to be able to shake this thing. The word just within you is, once again, just how you have consumed the scriptures. Okay, the scriptures have consumed you. The spirit has consumed you. So you can't go nowhere if the Lord really is really dealing with you. You ain't going nowhere. All right, I'm gonna get one more scripture. Close out. This is Job 13 and 15. It says, though he slay me, yet will I trust in him, but I will maintain my own ways before him. All right, so no matter when you within the prison of hope, okay, the true men of the Lord, no matter what the Most High does to them, okay, well, no matter what tribulation befalls them, they will still trust in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, because they were ordained from the beginning of the earth, from the beginning of the world, to do so. But the brothers that, you know, the quote unquote undesirables, they gonna use those excuses, okay, to slither their way out of the prison of hope, to walk out of those gates and feel that false sense of freedom. Okay. So being a prisoner of hope is truly spiritual freedom. All right, that the men of the Lord were blessed with. Okay. So I hope that video is edifying. You know, I want to give all praise to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone that rule well. And salutations to the hopeful elect that's pushing this word in sincerity and truth across the four corners of the earth. Shalom.